watched my Sunday stash video, I promised you that I would be doing a full review of the Tere products that I have been using over the last couple weeks, and some brushes that I have from Tere. And I took a couple of notes here because I wanted to make sure that I was telling you the exact right things about this line of products, because I kind of discovered them. They contacted me and asked me if I would be willing to try them. I told them exactly what I tell everyone else. I'd be happy to try out your products, but I will be giving my full and honest opinion. So Tere is an organic vegan company, so all of these products were organic and vegan. They are all vegan ingredients, all organic ingredients. There are no synthetic substances, and so that right there piqued my interest. I've never really used a whole lot of mineral products. I have used a Mary Kay mineral foundation. I used that for a very long time. I still have some. I still use it from time to time, and I absolutely love it. I kind of got in the habit of always wearing a liquid foundation, and I've never really tried mineral eyeshadow, so I was really interested to give these products a try. I do have on quite a lot of their products right now, so as I talk about them, I will tell you what I'm wearing. So the first thing that I picked out from the line is a foundation, because I was really interested to see. I've only used that one Mary Kay mineral foundation before. I have this in MF7 Honey Beige, and I will tell you the one thing about this foundation, when I first put it on, I was a little hesitant, because it does have a, I hesitate to say shimmer, because it's not really a shimmer. It's kind of a glow almost to it. But when you look at the product, and I'll show you, you can kind of see in the lid, you see those kind of sparkles in it when I move it around in the camera. It looks like it sparkles, and I thought, you know, I'm not really a sparkly type person. I'm 38 years old. I really don't want to sparkle. But I gave everything a try. I put the foundation on. I put the blush that I have on, which is MB2 Rosy, which is what I have on, as well as I didn't get a an actual bronzer, but this is a bronzer, so I used what I have on right now is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and then for my highlight I have their mineral bronzer in Pink Opal. So I put all this on. It all has a glow to it, a shimmer to it. That Pink Opal bronzer is very, very shimmery. I put it on, I blended it well. I looked in the mirror and I thought, that looks a lot different than I thought that it would, because I don't look glittery. I look healthy, I look alive. And I walked outside and Ryan said, wow, you look really pretty today. And he usually compliments me. He's very good about paying compliments. But this was kind of an extra compliment. And I told him that I had been trying the new products. He was like, well, I really, really like them. So right there, I was sold, at least with these three products. So I would really suggest giving them a try. The foundation is beautiful. It lasts all day. I've tried it with and without a primer. It did last better when I used it with a primer. And it didn't matter whether I used a silicone base or a cream base. It really lasted a lot better with the primer. I would say it lasted me, I usually put my makeup on about 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was lasting me until around 8 or 9 at night and still looking really good. Without a primer, it would last me until about 6 before I kind of started to notice that it was fading off a bit. And I do try to keep my hands off my face during the day. I think that that helps too. But it does last really well. I was impressed with the lasting power. Same thing with the blush and the bronzer. I thought that they stayed on very well. I really actually wasn't expecting them to. I was expecting with putting just all powders on my face, even with a primer, that, you know, by 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, especially with this hot and humid as it's been here, that it would just be completely wiped out. But that was not the case. Okay. Eyeshadows. I have 4 different eyeshadows that I got, and I will tell you the colors I have individually and what I'm wearing. I have White Moonstone, which is this beautiful kind of off-white goldish shimmery color. I have Bronze Moonstone, which has a little bit more of a pinky tone to it than the other. That is what I have all over my lid and up under my brow. I have Sunstone, which for those of you who are Naked 3 fans, you will absolutely love this color. It's right there in that color family. And I have Agate, which is, it looks a whole lot more shimmery than it is. It's in that pink family. It is what I have all over my lid right now. I think that these apply beautifully. I thought that with a powder like this, with a mineral, that it was going to be not very pigmented. I do find that on the lighter ones I do need to do a couple of layers, but I find that with a lot of lighter colors, not just these mineral foundations. Usually with lighter colors, if I'm doing all over my lid, I usually have to do a couple of layers in order for it to really show. With all over my lid, I just pat it on like I usually do instead of brushing it on, and I think that the pigment shows up really well. I think that it lasts really well throughout the day. It is very sparkly though, so if you are really not into sparkles, you like just mattes, then this might not be the line for you, but if you do like a little bit of a shimmer, then go for it. I have been combining them with other palettes to do a little bit of a darker edge, or just kind of, you know, mixing them up in with some of my other colors to do different looks. So those are the products that I picked, and then the company also sent me an 8-piece brush set. These are also organic and vegan, and I'm just going to kind of go through them. I have some favorites, and I have, there's really only one that I wasn't thoroughly impressed with. So I'm going to start with the bigger brushes and then go to the smaller brushes. Okay, there is this angled brush here, and what I've been using this for is I've been using this for a bronzer for my contouring. I really like these brushes because they are very, very soft. They do show your makeup products quite a lot, as you can see, because they are white, but this was very good at putting bronzer. I found that I didn't need to use quite as much of my bronzer because it picked up a lot of the product. So if you're going to use these brushes, just keep that in mind. Make sure to, you know, tap off or don't pull in quite as much, because you're going to get a lot more product with these brushes. But that's what I've been using this angled brush for, and I do really like it. There is this sort of flat brush right here, which it's not a stipple brush, because even though it looks like the brushes are a little bit of a different length, it's not quite, like here's a stipple brush, and you can see that there are really a lot of different lengths there, and these have a little bit of a different length but not quite the same. So I did try to use this as a stipple brush, and I didn't really like it as that, but I have been using it for right here for my highlight when I've been doing my contouring, and I do really like it for that. Again, it picks up a lot of product, so you really don't need a lot. For that super shimmery bronzer that I've been using as a highlight, I thought it did a much better job of blending in that particular product than it did the usual brush that I use, which is more of a dome. So I found that this worked a lot better with the mineral products, but I didn't like it quite as much with my regular products. So this, just a suggestion. Now you may have other ways that you like to use this particular type of brush. I've never had a brush exactly like this before, so if you have any suggestions for using this particular style of brush, leave me a comment below and let me know. This is the only brush of the set that I really wasn't tremendously impressed with. It's very, very soft. I tried this for blush, and I thought it was a little bit big for my cheeks. But I think that this would probably make a great overall powder brush because it is super, super soft. With a mineral foundation, I'm not going to put powder on top of it, and I do need to wash it before I start using it for that, but I think that it would be really good for overall powder. It did not really work that great for buffing in that mineral foundation. I did try it for that as well. So this is my least favorite brush of the set, but like I said, I think that I have a really good use for it, and I'm going to give that a try. Okay, of the smaller brushes, I'm going to start with my least favorite and go up to my most favorite. My least favorite is this teeny tiny little brush, and the reason why it's my least favorite is just because I don't use little teeny tiny brushes like this all that often. What I had used it for over the last couple weeks is for doing my under eye. I think it's a little long and not quite stiff enough for that, but it did do a very good job. What I find that works best with this is for doing a gel liner. That's going to be what this kind of smaller brush is going to be absolutely perfect for. I say it's my least favorite, but I do like this brush, so don't get me wrong, I do like it. It's just out of the smaller brushes, this was one that I did use the least. Okay, next would be this brush. There are two that are kind of these flat style brushes, and you can see that this one is a little bit bigger. I put this one next because I did find that I had a little bit more control with this one. I was using this one to pat on that color. I think that this one would be good for what I was using it for, is kind of doing an overall color over my lid. They both worked great with that mineral foundation, really packed it in. They're super soft, but they do have enough stiffness to give you that control to kind of pack that color on and really get the pigmentation that you want. I ended up really loving this brush, which is a big fluffy brush. It's really kind of similar to this brush that I use. I usually use this brush to do my all over for my eye, but I found that I've been grabbing for this one more and more because it is a little bit fluffier. And I find that it gave me a really good wash of the color. It's not quite as stiff as my other, so I did have to go back in and dip again for those extra light colors. But like I said, with those extra light colors, I quite often have to do that anyway, even with that other brush. So I did really find that I enjoyed this. I would actually like to have a second one of these that I keep clean without using it to apply, just for going over with the clean brush and blending. So I will probably be ordering a second one of this nice big fluffy brush. My absolute favorite brush of the set is this angled brush. I have a lot of small angled brushes, but this is my favorite brush now that I have for brows, and I'll tell you why. Most of the angled brushes that I have are either fat, like this one, you can see that that one is a lot fatter, or they are a lot smaller in size, or they're stiffer. This one is so soft and so pliable that when I go and I put my brow powder on, it is just smooth and easy. I think it gives me a much more natural look. So out of all of these brushes, I do constantly reach for them. I still reach for my old favorites because they are my old favorites, but being that this set is completely organic and vegan, I know that you know, they're not holding on to any product that I can't see because they're white. I know that what I'm putting on my face is really safe. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what my other brushes are made out of. I know that some of them are synthetic. I don't have any real hair brushes because I just can't afford them. But I really do like these brushes. So I would highly recommend trying out the Tere products. I really enjoyed them, and I will be perfectly honest. When I first got these products and I first was looking at them, I thought, oh no, this is going to be a disaster. This company sent me these products and I'm going to not like them because they were just out of the realm of what I was used to. But I gave them a fair shot. I've been using them for a full 2.5 weeks, really testing them out, trying them in all kinds of different ways, and they're really growing on me. I'm really enjoying them. And of course, when you get a compliment from your significant other that you look extra beautiful that day, I'm sold. I wish that he would come on camera and tell you so you know that I'm not just making that up, but he's really camera shy. So anyway, I would highly recommend that you give these a try. I will include a link down below if you would like to check out some of their products. They are also really super affordable, which I love. I try to stay in the realm of really affordable products, that way I can have more. I always like more than less. So leave me a comment below and let me know, what did you think about these? Have you tried these before? Do you like brushes that have those white tips? I would have never picked up a brush set with white tips before, but now I find that I actually really like it because it helps me to know a little bit better how much product is on my brush. So leave me a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.